Hello, my name's Gordon Bowie, and this is my first children's book that I've written, called The Bairn and the Bear. It's available on Amazon now if you're interested. I thought, as it's a story, why not read it to you? I hope you'll enjoy it. Olivia missed her cat's soft grey fur, and her oval green eyes and her rumbling purr. But time and old age meant her cat had to leave. "She's a star now," said Mum, when Olivia grieved. Olivia's home seemed less lively and colder, and she wondered why things that she loved must get older. But sadness will soften, and tears slowly dry, though she still thinks of Brillo, and lets out a sigh. One morning, some time after Brillo passed into the stars, a strange new adventure arrived in a car. It came in a box with cages for doors, a thing with black eyes and scampering paws. Sat on the rug, near the door by the stair, was a creature that looked less a dog than a bear. It was scruffy and toothy and fluffy and white. Olivia worried the beastie might bite. She looked at it curious, slightly suspicious, unsure, was this visitor friendly or vicious? Mum said, "This is Spooky. She lives with us now." Olipop grumbled and furrowed her brow. She wasn't too happy. Her mind was set. She wanted a cat, not a dog, for a pet. It didn't start well when Spook chewed up a doll, and weed on the school shoes left out in the hall. Olivia shouted, "Spook, just go away!" But Spooky barked back, "I love you, I stay." Things worsened when Olipop left cake on a tray, and Bear Dog made all of the cake go away. She thought, "Lovely Pink Girl has left me a snack." But Pink Girl was furious when she got back. Olivia thought, "I'm not keen on this dog. I wanted a Slinky Malinky or Mog." She looked down at Spook, rolled her eyes with disdain, as the pup gave the carpet another new stain. Spook thought, "Who is this amazing pink pup that glitters and sparkles and drinks from a cup? She laughs and she plays. I hope that she's kind. We can cuddle and share food. I hope she won't mind." It took time for their love to develop and grow. It's something that happens the more that you know. When you find there are things that you both like the same, such as getting all muddy, as though that's a game. Or singing and dancing and having a laugh, then running and hiding away from a bath. So friendship was settled, and both felt at ease, except when Dad said, "Olipop, walk the dog, please." Olivia grumbled and wanted to fight, while Spooky could barely conceal her delight. She put on the lead, slammed the door in a huff, and wondered why life had to be quite so tough. And why was it Dad's had to be quite so wrong, while Spook, quite oblivious, scampered along. On their way by the park, they saw quite a crowd of girls from the school being silly and loud. Spook wagged her tail, excited to meet, though Olivia hunched and walked fast with her feet. But the girls saw her trying to pass by unseen, and they gestured and shouted out words that were mean. Spook bristled and thought, "They are bad, they're not friend." So she growled and she barked and set off to defend. Olivia shouted, "No, Spooky, stay!" But her bear dog was angry and chased them away. Though her bark was embarrassing, fierce and quite loud, Olipop couldn't help feeling quite proud. Spook scampered back with a lick and a wag, and Olivia gave her a treat from her bag. "I'm glad you were here to look after me, buddy, but please don't jump up with your paws wet and muddy." From then, friendship grew, and they bonded together, spending time watching toons cuddled up in cold weather. And any time Olipop felt tired or sick, Spooky was there with a wag and a lick. But Olivia grew, and she met a new boy, and started to throw away all of her toys. She brought home the boy to say hi to her dad, and Spook thought, "He's smiling, but I know he mad." She wanted to help to make everything cool, so she looked at the boy and she barked out the rules. The boy looked quite nervous and even quite scared, but Spooky just wanted to show that she cared. One day, Olivia seemed happy and sad, then told Spook some news that Spook thought was bad. She gave her a cuddle and ruffled her ears, and said, "See you soon," as she wiped away tears. Mum and Dad kept saying university word, but Spook didn't know what they meant when she heard. She just knew her pink girl had gone far away, and she felt sad and lonely every day. After 3 years, Olivia returned home to stay. It answered Spook's prayers, if little bear brains could pray. They cuddled and laughed and avoided a bath, but some things had changed in the time that had passed. For Spook was much older and slower these days, and she tired much faster now after a play. She didn't quite hear like she did as a pup, and her eyes sometimes missed things when she looked up. But her nose could still recognise the scent of her friend, the pink girl she lived to love and defend. Spooky felt tired now and needed to rest. She lived a dog life, and dog lives are the best. Spook loved and she gave. Now her girl was grown up, and Olivia one day would have her own pup. Olivia wept. She could see Spook was sick. Spook lifted her head, gave a wag and a lick. Olivia shuddered and started to cry as her little bear dog gave a last peaceful sigh. Dad gave wee Spooky a place by the tree, but they all knew that Bear Dog could run the skies free. Olivia missed her. It hurt very much to not feel Spook's wet nose and soft furry touch. She looked over photos of times spent together, watching toons running wild, cuddled up in cold weather. And though she felt sad, she smiled and she laughed that they loved the same things and they both hated baths. And she learned to believe, even when our friends part, we still carry their love and their life in our heart. The end. But not really. This is just a story, and Spooky and Olivia are happy and well, and have plenty more adventures still to enjoy with their friend Ozzy. Look out for them coming soon. And there's just a wee picture of Ozzy. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you will take a look at this, as I say, on Amazon. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen.